Is your dryer not heating up? Well, I'm Dustin, the Parts Doctor, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to test and replace the high limit thermal cutoff and the high limit thermostat in this Whirlpool dryer. But these instructions also apply to some other great Whirlpool manufactured brands such as Kenmore, Maytag, Amana, and more. So let's jump in. I'll show you how to do it step by step. You can do it. It's pretty simple. Let's get into it. If you need to purchase a new thermal cutoff fuse kit for your Whirlpool dryer, you can check out our website, partsdoctor.com, where we offer fast shipping and only sell manufacturer-approved genuine replacement parts for all major appliance brands. The high limit cutoff fuse and the high limit thermostat are sold as a kit, as in when one component fails, it's usually because the other one has also failed. So if either of them fail, both parts should be replaced at the same time. The high limit cutoff is designed to blow when the temperature of the air passing through the heat box exceeds 309 degrees Fahrenheit. Usually for this to happen, the high limit thermostat controlling the heating element will have to have failed as well. The high limit thermostat is designed to shut off power to the heating element when the temperature of the heating element reaches 250 degrees Fahrenheit. If this thermostat attached to the heating element fails, the temperature of the heating element may get too hot and could cause the high limit cutoff fuse to blow. This in turn shuts down the heating element, which is designed to prevent the dryer from becoming too hot, causing damage or starting a fire. Tools needed: a 1/4-inch nut driver, multimeter, flathead screwdriver, and needle nose pliers. Before working on any appliance, please remember to disconnect it from the power. Before you move your dryer away from the wall, please remember to disconnect the dryer vent hose on the rear of the machine. To access the heating element, first take off the terminal cover by removing the 1/4-inch hex head screw at the top of the cover. Once the terminal cover is removed, you can remove the 1/4-inch screws holding the back panel to the machine. Set the back panel aside. On the right side of the back of the dryer, you will see a long metal duct called the heater box. This is where air is pulled in and heated before entering the dryer drum. The heating element attaches and makes up the first 6 inches of the heater box. The high limit thermostat is attached to the side of the heating element. The high limit thermal cutoff fuse is located near the top of the heater box to monitor the air temperature before it enters the area where the clothes tumble. First, we will remove the high limit thermal cutoff fuse at the top of the heater box. To assure proper wire orientation, you may want to snap a photo of both components before removal. This can be referenced later during reinstallation. Carefully wiggle the 2 connectors loose on the top of the thermal cutoff fuse. Once the wires are disconnected, remove the 1/4-inch hex head screw from the bottom of the fuse. The fuse can now rotate up and release from the small metal tab holding it to the heater box. The fuse should now be free. Moving down the heater box, we can see the high limit thermostat connected to the side of the heating element. For this replacement, you only need to remove the 2 wires, but for the simplicity of the video, we will remove all 3. Remember to reference the photo from earlier for proper wire orientation. With the connecting wires out of the way, use a small flathead screwdriver to gently pry up on the female spade connector that is attached to the male connector of the heating element. The high limit thermostat should now slide off the retaining tab of the heating element and be free from the dryer. Once the high limit fuse and thermostat are removed, we can quickly test them with the multimeter using the continuity setting. Press and hold each end of the testing probe to the 2 terminals on the back of the high limit thermal cutoff fuse. If the multimeter beeps, the fuse is still good. If the fuse does not show continuity on your multimeter, this means the fuse has been exposed to high temperatures and it's done its job to shut down the power to the heating element. This part is not resettable and will need to be replaced. The testing process is similar on the thermostat. Continue using the continuity setting on the multimeter and touch the testing probes to the terminal on each side of the plastic housing. If the multimeter shows continuity, the high limit thermostat is working and will allow the dryer to heat. This thermostat is designed to open or lose continuity when it reaches its maximum temperature, which in this case is 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Testing the thermostat at room temperature does not test the high limit opening temperature of the thermostat. If the thermostat fails, it could cause the thermostat to open at a higher temperature, which can cause the fuse to blow. This is why both parts should be replaced at the same time. If both of these components pass the continuity test, your heating problem could be a faulty heating element, cycling thermostat, or blown thermal fuse. Like the high limit thermal cutoff and the high limit thermostat, the thermal fuse and cycling thermostat work in tandem, monitoring the temperature of the air exiting the dryer. Check out the links below for videos going in more depth about testing and repairing those components. If you need to purchase a new high limit thermal cutoff fuse and a high limit thermostat, make sure you get a manufacturer certified replacement parts like the ones that we sell on our website, partsdoctor.com. We'll leave a link in the description below to the kit that includes both of these parts. You want to make sure you're searching with the model number on the tag of your dryer to be sure you get the correct part. Remember, make sure to replace both the thermal cutoff fuse and the thermostat together at the same time when the fuse blows. If the fuse has blown, the thermostat did not cut off the temperature soon enough and could be faulty. To install your new high limit cutoff fuse, rotate the replacement part so the male spade connectors are facing out with the small metal tab pointing up. Slide the tab in the mounting hole on the heater box and install the 1/4" screw. Referencing your photo from earlier, reconnect the 2 red wires with the connectors on the back of the fuse. On this model of dryer, the red wire with the white stripe was connected at the top. Be sure the connectors are fully seated on the male spade connectors. To install the new high limit thermostat, rotate the replacement part so the 3 connectors are facing away from the heating element with the single female connector on the bottom. Locate the small metal tab on the heating element and slide the hole at the top of the thermostat on that tab. While maintaining pressure on the tab, slide the female connector on the bottom over the male spade connector closest to the dryer. Be sure the female connector is firm and fully pressed on the male connector. Reconnect the 3 wire connections. Reference the photo you took earlier if you need to. On this model, the red wire with the white connector attaches to the top of the high limit thermostat, while the orange wire with the L-shaped connector connects to the bottom of the high limit thermostat. The remaining red wire with the bare female spade connector attaches to the male connector without a connection on the heating element. If this wire is discolored or shows sign of becoming hot, it should be replaced. I will link a video on how to do that below. Be sure all 3 connections are tight and fully connected. Reattach the back panel with the 1/4" hex head screws and reinstall the terminal cover with the fastener on the top of the panel. Reconnect the exhaust vent hose and plug in your dryer. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope that helped you out, but maybe that wasn't the issue. Don't worry, I threw some links down in the description of some other commonly failed components that lead to no heat in the dryer. Check out the cycling thermostat or maybe the thermal fuse. But until next time, I'm Dustin with the Parts Doctor, and we'll see you later.